completely resemble on the lordship. Lordship belonged to the legendary family of late Bhairavdas Sarma, who was freedom fighter, the founder and editor of Karam Bhumi, the newspaper. Lordship's father, Justice K.C. Dhulia, he had also helped him in the publishing that, and later he became judge. Because Lordship's father, who was the freedom fighter, grandfather, and he was in custody, so his father found it difficult to get even admission. Later, he studied there in a missionary school, and finally, he ended up becoming a High Court judge. As far as Honorable Justice Dhulia is concerned, Lordship's all three brothers, Himanshuji, Tigmanshuji, and Lordship, they all have the impact of Allahabad. They were neighbors of legendary writer Mahadevi Burma. They have been very close to Munshi Premchand's son, Amrit Rai, who had written Kalam Ke Sipahi. And Lordship used to participate with his father and go and attend the Musairas and Kabi Sammelans. He used to have the notes from, and he has heard Firaq Gorakhpuri. He has participated in this Kafi Azmi's program. What I feel that Lordship has so many passions. One, that Lordship plays saxophone very well. He's an ace tennis player. And now, after demitting the office, still Lordship can give company to Honorable Justice Gavai. Lordship has been absolutely great to the younger members of the bar. And Lordship always believed in Baba Nagarjun's lines, कि जो हो न सका पूर्ण काम, उसको भी करता हूँ प्रणाम. That is completely a kind of message that even efforts which have been made, even if it is not fulfilled, that has to be appreciated. Lordship actually mirrored all those in his personality. I thank to and welcome everyone in the family of Lordship who are here to see this moment. I am really grateful, sir, that we were so nice to the younger members of the bar, and we seek and we will aspire your guidance in future also.
The learned Attorney General, the learned Solicitor General, law officers, Sir Vipin Nair, the President of SCORA, and the other office bearers of SCORA, the President of SCBA in absentia, Ms. Bagel, the Secretary of the SCBA, Mrs. Vaishali Dhulia, and of course, Justice Dhulia and my colleagues on the bench, the members of the bar. A deep sense of admiration and respect, I express my heartfelt sentiments on the occasion of the last working day of our esteemed brother, Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia. While the courtroom is undeniably central to a judge's role, Shakespeare's timeless words remind us that all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. For Justice Dhulia, the courtroom was more than a legal arena. It was a stage where narratives of justice unfolded daily, each case contributing to the larger story of fairness. I had the distinct privilege of sharing the bench with Justice Dhulia on several occasions. What made those experiences particularly special was the bond we shared, stemming not only from our shared professional duties, but also from our common roots in the remotest parts of the country. I come from Amravati, a place deeply connected to tradition and culture, and Justice Dhulia hails from Pauri Galwal, nestled in the serene, beautiful hills of Uttarakhand. Despite the geographical distance, I often felt a profound connection with him, grounded in our shared value system. His sense of balance in approaching matters of law, his gentle yet firm temperament, and his regard for diverse perspectives enriched the discussions on the bench. Justice Dhulia's roots trace back to a family deeply entrenched in the service of the society. He comes from a legacy of educators, public servants, and freedom fighters who shaped the moral and intellectual fabric of our nation. His father, Shri Keshav Chandra Dhulia, served as a distinguished judge of the Allahabad High Court, carrying with him a legacy of integrity and wisdom in the judiciary. His mother, Srimati Sumitra Dhulia, was a professor of Sanskrit, imparting knowledge with grace and nurturing the minds of many young scholars. The reverence for education, public service, and social justice that ran through his family can be traced to his grandfather, Bhairavadas Dhulia, a courageous freedom fighter who stood unwaveringly during the Quit India movement, contributing to the struggle for India's independence. This rich legacy has profoundly influenced Justice Dhulia, shaping his worldview and approach to law, where every decision was rooted not just in the letter of the law, but in the deep understanding of its human and societal implications. The deep-rooted legacy of service provided a solid foundation for Justice Dhulia's early education, which took him across various treaties and contributed to shaping his character and intellect. He spent his formative years in Dehradun, Allahabad, and Lucknow, each of these cities offering him rich experience and knowledge. His academic pursuits took him to Allahabad University, where he pursued his studies in modern history and law. His education was not just confined to the classroom, but also to the wisdom he imbibed from the diverse cultural and intellectual environments he was part of, which contributed significantly to his unique perspective as a judge. Justice Dhulia's professional journey as a lawyer began in the Allahabad High Court, where he quickly established a reputation for his sharp legal mind and commitment to upholding justice. His keen understanding of the law and his ability to articulate complex legal arguments with clarity led him to make a significant mark in the legal community. As his career progressed, Justice Dhulia moved to the newly established High Court of Uttarakhand, where his legal acumen was rapidly recognized. In no time, he was appointed as a Chief Standing Counsel for the state of Uttarakhand. That responsibility reflected his expertise and credibility. His exceptional skills in navigating the legal landscape led to his appointment as the Additional Advocate General of Uttarakhand, the role in which he demonstrated exemplary leadership and contributed to the development of the state's legal framework. In November 2008, he was appointed as a permanent judge of the Uttarakhand High Court. His elevation as Chief Justice of Gavai High Court in 2021 and later as a judge of this court in 2022 speak volumes about the trust reports in his leadership. His journey from a practicing lawyer at the Allahabad High Court to the highest echelons of judiciary, culminating in his position as the judge of the Supreme Court of India, is a narrative defined not by personal ambition, but by the unending devotion to the law and to the Constitution. Over the years, Justice Dhulia has delivered several notable decisions spanning diverse subjects, including matters of personal liberty, administrative fairness, and constitutional rights. His judgments have always reflected more than just a clarity of law, but also a deep compassion for those who approach the courts in hope, especially the marginalized and the voiceless. Justice Dhulia's work outside the courtroom has been equally dignified, reflecting his character with which he approached every aspect of his professional life. Beyond his judicial duties, he has been a source of wisdom, guidance, and mentorship to his colleagues, earning their respect and admiration. In countless conversations with his peers, Justice Dhulia has displayed a rare combination of wisdom and patience, always taking the time to listen carefully. Before offering his thoughtful insights, his approach to discussions was never rushed or superficial, but marked by a quiet conviction that came from a deep understanding of the law and its role in society. His colleagues often found in him a steadying presence, someone whose perspective was rooted in both experience and institutional sensitivity. Justice Dhulia understood the delicate balance required in judicial administration and the importance of maintaining the dignity of the institution. Whether it was guiding younger judges, engaging with senior colleagues, or interacting with lawyers and the court staff, he always embodied the values of respect, fairness, and humility. His collegial spirit extended beyond mere professionalism. It was evident in his genuine desire to foster a collaborative and supportive environment where all voices were heard and respected. I must highlight that beyond the courtroom, Justice Dhulia has always been known for his wide range of interests. He is a vivid reader. He has a great love for theatre and also a keen golfer. On a personal note, when I came to the Supreme Court and he was a judge of Uttarakhand High Court, I received beautiful books from him about the beautiful state of Uttarakhand. And when he was Chief Justice of Gavai, I had the pleasure of Brother Sudhanshu and Vaishali Bhabi hosting us at his beautiful house, just abutting the Brahmaputra. As he now demits office, he leaves behind a body of work and a standard of conduct that will long be remembered and admired. We are grateful for your contribution, Brother Dhulia, and I, on behalf of all my colleagues and all the members of the bar, wish you peace, fulfillment, and a good health in the years to come. We know that you will be also in Delhi, and after 24th of November, we'll have longer time to spend together. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chief Justice and my esteemed brothers on the bench, the learned Attorney General of India, the learned Solicitor General of India, and other senior advocates and lawyers who have gave so much rich tributes to me. I know it's customary to do that, and I will not take it very seriously, but thank you very much. Well, in the morning, what happened was that when we were having breakfast, my wife asked me, what is it you're going to miss the most now you're demitting office? So I told her immediately, what I'm going to miss most is I'm going to miss Hindustan. She didn't understand what I meant. She probably thought I'm already losing my marbles. So what Hindustan, and it was difficult for anybody to understand. By Hindustan, I mean is you. No, it is perhaps the only court where cases come from all over the country, all corners of the country, all parts of the country, all states of the country. Lawyers come here from all parts of the country. And this is what I'm going to miss the most, that I will not have this Hindustan before me every morning. I was at great privilege of hearing your arguments, whenever fine points of law were being placed before the court, I thought this new insights were being. See, it is for the first time particularly when I was these arguments were being made in the Constitution bench and in other important cases, that I realized something. What was said while we were doing a film appreciation course about cinema. Somebody had come from National Archives of India, National Film Archives, and he was explaining to us the cinema of Satyajit Ray. And he said, then he referred to a book called Of Human Bondage by Somerset Maugham. And what happens in that book is that the hero of the book, Philip, he is sent to Paris to learn painting by his uncle, who is a vicar. And when he comes back to his village, his uncle asks him, what have you learned in these 5 years? And he says, sir, I have learned to look at a tree. And his uncle says, what's so great in looking at a tree? Even I can look at a tree. And then Philip says, sir, but I can look at a tree against the background of the sky. It was that what I saw here with your arguments, a new insight, something which I had not visualized before, which is the best experience I had while listening to your arguments, listening to your thoda bahut ladai, jhagda, nok, joke also, which I'll miss, but I'll always remember you and your arguments in the court. And I wish you also remember me sometimes, Bhule Bisre, so that we meet together and we have. Thank you so much.